I love Scotland, really, I do. But if you venture outdoors between May and September, you'll be besieged by millions of tiny, very hungry insects. The Highland midge is not to be underestimated. I've seen many an unsuspecting tourist running around in a panic, arms flailing, frantically slapping themselves and running for their lives.
Bloody midgies.
Armed with a full head net and smelling like an Avon rep, I decided to spend the long weekend in one of my favourite places.
That's the path to Derry. I've got my hat on because at the moment the midges are torturing me. I'm hoping that's going to change and there might be a bit of a breeze further on up the glen. Anyway, I'm heading off up Derry and hopefully I'll be camping at Loch Avon tonight. It's looking a bit cloudy at the moment, but I'm hoping that's going to change as well. Best get going before the beasties get to me.
I should know by now not to bear any flesh. Look at those bare ankles.
What a pleasant way to start the day. This is the lovely Derry Lodge. Midges are still biting. Thank the Lord. There's a bit of a breeze and I'm heading up here to the summit of Derry Cairngorm. Salmon. There's Derry Cairngorm. Just coming up to the summit. It's very bouldery.
Derry Cairngorm is a 6-kilometre long mountain forming the western slopes of Derry. From here, the panoramic view of the rest of the Cairngorm mountains surrounding the Larry Grew is outstanding. Continuing in the same direction from the summit leads one down a rough boulder field, and from here the path improves before leading up and over a rise to Loch Avon.
And there's Loch Avon. That's my home for tonight.
I've mentioned this before, but somebody one day is going to have to scatter my ashes here.
How easy is that?
This is my tadpole. I choose to mention this because this tent has served me well for around 20 years. It's unbelievably sturdy for a summer tent and it's ridiculously easy to erect. So don't believe some of the comments you may have heard in my previous videos, and don't diss the tadpole.
Bloody midges. It's not bad, is it? Well, I've finally done all my chores and I've just come out to have a few minutes peace by the loch side. I would love to get in and swim, but I dare not. There's too many midges around. Might just put my feet in. I'm in my tadpole now. Bit bedraggled, bit worse for wear, a bit midgy bitten. But hey, quite happy, got a really nice pitch. And I've been on the go since 4 o'clock this morning, so I'm getting a bit tired now. I think I'll have a snooze.
Morning everyone. Well, I don't think I've ever slept this well. I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning and there was midges out there. So I know when I get up now there's going to be a complete onslaught. I'm going to have to cover every exposed inch of flesh and go out and make my porridge. Wish me luck. I look like a giant caterpillar.
The best thing to do when there's midges around is to keep calm. If you get agitated, they'll be drawn to you like a magnet.
Come on, there's bloody things! Let's see what it's like out there. Yay. Lovely morning. Still the midgies though. Let's get breakfast on. The inevitable shot of the stove. Morning. Well, here's the view this morning. I've been bitten to within an inch of my life, and I'm going to have a walk up Ben Macdui and get my drone out. Well, here we are, summit of Ben Macdui. This is one of my favourite mountains. And there's the view. Well, you can see what kind of a day I'm having. Blinded by the sun. It's absolute heaven, this. I've almost got Ben Macdui to myself. I've seen 3 people on the summit, and now I'm just walking across the plateau between Ben Macdui and Cairngorm. So peaceful. There's the path heading over to Cairngorm, which you can see in the distance. Still clear. Just dip my feet in there for a cool off. And that's where I've come from. This is Corrie Schnechter. There's lots of great winter climbing up this corrie. It's a really impressive spot. There's Loch Avon down there, that's the Avon approach. Oh, look at this, it's lovely. However, the summit of Cairngorm, which is just over that rise, it's just starting to gather some cloud. I'm not sure whether I'm going to get a cloud-free summit. Not sure if you can see, but Loch Avon is bathed in sunshine down there. And that was shrouded a moment ago, but now Cairngorm is in the clear again. Head up there for my sandwiches, I think. Really is some place. Corrie Raybert, and the path comes down this gorge, which is surprisingly dry, and there is Loch Avon at the bottom. Beautiful.
It was impossible to resist. To hell with the midges.
midgies got me though. Got one mozzie net. Well, it's nice to have had a swim in there, albeit a very brief one. The midgies got me when I got out, so I've got a fresh set of midgie bites. Whether I'll try Loch Avon is another matter, if I can brave those midgies again. Well, back at Loch Avon, there's my tent. There's a nice gentle breeze blowing, so I'm really hoping that the midgies are going to leave me alone for my tea. It's been quite an epic day. Been attacked by midgies, had a swim in Loch Avon and seen a huge rock fall above the shelter stone. It's been a grand day.
The weather was not set fair for the following day, but what I saw when I stepped out of the tent had me scurrying up the nearest mountain.
Well, it seems all you have to do is just get a little bit higher. That's where I was camped down there, which is now pretty much enveloped in cloud. I moved hastily this morning just to try and get my breakfast before the midgies got me again. I've been wearing a midgie net so far up to this point. Let's just see what happens now. Well, I'm glad I made the effort this morning. This is the summit of Mheadhoin. I'm just about to scramble up to the top of the rocks. It's quite an interesting spot. I don't have blue skies, but that cloud is just layering below me. Quite nice first thing, and unexpected, which is always a bonus. Me and Dennis have just got some nice views up here, but as you can see, that cloud is gradually working its way up to the summit, so I'm really glad that I made the effort. But it's nearly caught up with us now, so down I go. It's been a pretty good bank holiday weekend. I really feel like I've made the absolute most of it. And though the cloud is now coming in, it's now starting to just drift over the top there, curling its way up across the path. Many midge bites later, I've finally worked my way down here. I'm not too far from Derry Lodge now. Look behind. About another 4 miles or so from Derry Lodge back to the car.
I hope you've enjoyed watching the midgies enjoying a bank holiday banquet at my expense. If so, then you know what to do. Like, share and subscribe please. I'll be getting out the bike next time as well as my boots, so please hit the bell and you'll be welcome to join me. Thanks as always for watching, and see you soon.